stole your chair. Oh, all right. Well, Amy says I stole her chair. That one's the one that's tore up. I guess I need to get a new chair here. But well, welcome tonight to our show. We've had a really fun week this last week, and so we hope to recap some of that and to talk with our good friend Tanner from Rockslide Engineering. Tanner, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Being here.
I think Tanner likes being on camera. I think I've been trying to get him on here with me for, I don't know, 3 months now, 2 months. Well, since I started doing this.
Probably about as much as I like being on camera.
Right?
I tend to hide from the camera, but he caught me. We're here.
So before we get started, I wanted to show a little video I put together that I think is kind of fun, that kind of talks a little bit about the Rockslides and our experience that we've had to date, BroncBuster testing. So we're going to go ahead and add that in, watch it, and then while everybody's coming on, and then we're going to talk about it.
Perfect.
Tyler here with BroncBuster out in beautiful Johnson Valley, California for King of the Hammers 2023, and wanted to show you a couple of mods that I think is a must for your Bronco. One of them is the Rockslide Engineering step sides, and the reason why I say that is, well, see for yourself. You know, easy to get in, and when you're lifting your Bronco, everybody knows you and possibly your wife or significant other really likes to have that step. The question I get all of the time from you is, will these hold up to rock crawling? And as you can see, yes, they do. And we'll show a little panoramic of underneath them. I highly recommend getting that extra guard, that protection, but well worth the money. I beat these things to death and they just keep right on working. So next mod that you need for your Bronco is definitely the Rockslides. So another great feature with the Rockslide Engineering steps is there's a button here that I can turn off and it keeps the step from coming out. So when I'm out rock crawling, I don't necessarily want to be in a bad spot and get out and have that step come open, because you could do damage then. So it's great to be able to shut them off when you want to.
Ready to do, you gotta be nuts.
Gotta be nuts.
And what did you just do? You just
put my seatbelt on.
Make sure the seatbelt's on. You just can't.
Go over close and get it, kind of show what that angle is going up. It's hard to see it on camera. Okay, some of you guys want to know what the carnage is after the rollover. So we have it loaded on the trailer right now just because we're headed home from being out at Sand Hollow for the week. But you know, the majority of the damage is, we got a little scrape here, a little bit on there, mirror, little bit of body damage there, a couple of small dings on the door. The rock sliders from Rockslide Engineering help to support a lot of that. So other than that, a little bit up on the soft top, and nothing on the back. So all right, well, hopefully you guys had a little bit of fun with that. Maybe traumatizing for Amy for a second time, right?
Just a little bit.
I warned you about that.
Get hurt all over again.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't really done anything with that footage other than I put up a TikTok that went to 1 million views, and but I never did do anything on our YouTube channel. And as I was thinking about coming on tonight with Tanner and the rock slides, I was thinking about all the different times it's helped out a lot. And that one came to mind was a big one because, I mean, I think we probably would have had a total Bronco, and Amy would have been probably waiting still for a new one to replace it. So that was one of the big advantages that day. And so Tanner, want to talk a little bit about the product, what it is, what it does. And I mean, a lot of people on here that are on with us tonight already know about Rockslide. A lot of guys, you know, already say that it's their best upgrade that they have. But, you know, the biggest thing is, what is it? Or I guess first off, in general, why do people need rock sliders? What is the purpose of a rock slider?
I mean, it really just opens up the ability to get into a vehicle. Obviously, we all want to put 37s, we all want to put 40s, we all want to lift them and do things and really make them unique. So it's really just one of those Lego pieces that is available right now to put on your Bronco without cutting it apart, and it just bolts in, hooks to your battery, and now you can get in, and your wife can get in, your kids can get in. But yet, if you still want to go use it off-road, you can.
So one of the things that I've learned is a good rock slider allows you to get up an obstacle you normally wouldn't get up, because if you have something that you can pivot off of, right? I mean, sometimes you got to get here and make that turn and get up around, and you need to use your rock slide to pivot. So that was one of the biggest questions I had when I first put them on was, can I actually, you know, get in the rock, pivot on it, protect the body? Is it going to flex? Is it going to do damage to the rocker panels? And the answer is no. I mean, you know, everybody that's wheeled with me sees that I don't go light on it. You know, we try and put everything to the test, and they've definitely passed the BroncBuster test, right?
Exactly.
I mean, the nice thing is we build them in Utah, so we get to test them in Utah. Everyone talks about Moab. If you've ever been to Moab, Sand Hollow's Moab's mean older brother. You can go there, you can play and go anywhere you want. So being out there and testing them out there, we understand what they can take, and they can take a lot. I mean, I can buy a brand new vehicle and break it the same day. So just depending on how you treat your stuff, I mean, you can put them through a lot and they'll keep with you.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I've had to do is replace some magnets every now and then, because getting in and out, we might hit a magnet here and there. But other than that, they've been just steady going. So you mentioned manufacturing in the U.S. Tell us a little about the manufacturing process. What, is everything manufactured in the U.S.? Where do you manufacture? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so everything's done in North Logan, Utah. So it comes in a flat piece of steel. We have robots that actually laser everything out. They press brake, powder coat. Everything's done automated. So until it's done in powder coat, then the guys grab it fresh out of powder coat. Once it's cooled off, and they're able to assemble it, put it in a box, and get it out the door really quick to the customer who's anxiously waiting for their new part to put on their vehicle.
And so, is there any parts that you guys don't manufacture yourself?
The circuit board, that's a big one. Obviously, the circuitry is pretty high tech. So there's a local company that's in charge of that for us, and they take and do all the testing and assemble that. But they're just a short drive away, so we can always go over and keep track of everything and make sure that it's all good to go. And that's really who handles all of our electronics.
Cool. So I know that when I met you first time, so I met you, I believe, the first time at Winter Jamboree in 22. I'm pretty sure. Or were you there?
Yeah, 20.
What's that?
I think it was 2020.
Oh. Okay. Maybe. Dang. All right. Well, time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
But last year, though, when we went and toured your facility.
2 years.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Holy cow. So last year when we went and toured your facility, it's changed a little bit, right? Because last year, what's changed in the last year that you guys have done to up production?
Really just all the automated side getting going. Before, everything was done by hand welded, hand ground, hand powder coated. When you guys came through, we were really just putting everything in, getting everything bolted to the ground, getting everything updated to our new Gen 3. So in the Jeep world, we had our Gen 2 going for about 5 years. They were fantastic. And with Gen 3, we decided we wanted to kind of step it up a little. So they're now temperature sensitive with Gen 3. So when it's cold, they're going to kick a little bit harder. When it's warm, that'll soften that so they're not abrupt. But really just constantly updating programming and updating everything we can to keep the product as updated and as best as we can. With supply chain issues, with COVID, everyone kind of went through that. And it's nice to be past that and have the control boards in good hands, and really just a product that's really tried and true to this point.
Well, it's been incredible because I think last year when we first met, you guys had a little bit of a backlog, like did everybody. I mean, everybody was in production, had months of backlog, and now if somebody orders a set, what is the typical turnaround?
Really just as fast as we can get it through the system. We've got a new system that keeps really, really close track of everything we're doing. That way we can keep track of every little penny. And that's been great because it really helps keep us organized and keep us on track. And it's been good because, 2-3 days we can have everything turned around. There's a few oddball models that we make that take a little bit more time, but as for, pretty much anything 4-door, we can have it out quick. 2-door Bronco, 2-door JK, they're sitting on the shelf waiting to go.
Cool. Is this your first? So are you new at this? Have you been wheeling for a while? What's your experience?
I kind of just grew up in a Jeep is really where I grew up. When I was 12, I drove Hell's Revenge in Moab. My dad just kind of let me have at it. We had an old Cherokee, and really, my brother kind of chased the Jeep thing. He was an off-road mechanic for a long time. I got caught up in it and just never got away from it. So really anything off-road where you get to go and see how beautiful the country is and spend time with friends in an off-road vehicle, that's kind of my thing. I like guiding trails, and so pretty much my whole life I've been playing outdoors off-road.
Going to Sand Hollow and Moab most of your life then?
Yeah, like my senior year, I had an old Jeep, and I probably took it 12 times, packed full of friends, and we'd go down and you know, camp out in the middle of nowhere and sneak into the KOA so we could have a shower and, hey, mom and dad, and go sneak a shower in real quick. And lots of really good memories here in Utah going to Moab and Sand Hollow.
If you had to pick one, which one's your favorite?
Sand Hollow for sure.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
More technical. My parents have a house there. They're right next to the park, so it's nice to have a babysitter if little man doesn't want to go join me on the trails, which is pretty rare. But a night run or two, we pawn him off on grandma, so we can go have a night run.
Right on. Now back on the rock slides, what makes your guys' rock slides more unique from maybe the other ones on the market?
With the patents we have, are really the only rock slide company that you can have a rock slider with an integrated step, and we've got multiple patents protecting that product, and that's really our bread and butter. So you put a lift, you put tires, you put wheels, you do all these things to make it really what you want. And with our product, you can have a step and the family can get in, and you can still use it as a daily driver instead of just an off-road toy. And then you also have the ability to have the protection. We do a tailgate table that goes in the back of the Bronco, which has been an awesome product. You can build, do your sandwiches, work on things. It's a 2-tier table with plenty of room for a griddle. That's one thing we like to do, is go trail run and, cook some hamburgers, hot dogs, or steaks, or whatever we want on the trail. You're eating a steak in the middle of the trail. People kind of look at you like, where'd you get that? I want a steak. I'm eating a PB&J. So just the lifestyle behind the off-road world is what really keeps me into it.
Cool. You talked about some of the other products. I'm going to have Justin pull up real quick, just so we can kind of look in and talk about maybe some of the different products that you do have, and what the differences are between a standard, we were talking a little bit about, a standard rock slide and a rock slide with the armor with the skid plate. Why would you not have it on both?
For the people who they're never going to go off-road, they want to drop their kids off at school. They drive it to work every day. It's really more of a daily driver than a weekend toy. Mm-hmm. It's great. They can get in, they can still put their tires and wheels, they can still, do a lift and make it unique to what they want it to. But then if they decide later, I want to go off-road, I want to go follow Tyler and read that sticker that says, "Don't follow me, he does stuff," and be like,
everybody still follows me. I don't get it, but
I enjoy following that sticker around. So that I'm the kind of person that needs skid plates. Well, not everybody needs a skid plate. My wife likes to go off-road. She's going to drive and drop the kid off at school. She's going to go to work. That's how she would use it, where I never really drive unless I'm going off-road and playing. So to me, it's more of a toy, or to some people, it is just simply their daily driver.
Okay. So we had a question here, and I actually don't know the answer to this. My mouse is being funny here. Oops. How much does it weigh on a 4-door Bronco? So how much weight are we adding when we add those on there?
By the time you put everything on, if you're running skid plates and the whole step assembly, right off the top of my head, you're about 90 pounds a side.
Okay.
So your factory are about 25, 30. Don't quote me on numbers or hang me out to dry if I'm off by a few, but yes, you are adding a little bit of weight, but it's all good weight. It's all low.
Yeah. I was going to say that low center of gravity is, off-roading is going to help you anyways. So,
and not only that, but it protects your door handles, your hinges, your fenders. You go blasting down a dirt road without that little bit of width, and you go and look at your fenders and you realize they're looking like Swiss cheese because it just throws rocks. So it's nice to have that protection too. Your mirrors and everything with those little cameras. You just don't want to get a rock into them.
So Josh, you know Josh. We wheeled with him this week as well. Josh said he thought it says "follow me," so that's the problem, Josh. We need to get you some glasses so you're not following me anymore. No, Josh is a lot of fun. His wife probably thinks I'm a bad influence because every time I go to do something, Josh's like, "Well, darn it, now I got to try that." So
those are the people I like to hang out with. So.
Those are, yeah. I'm the same way. If somebody does something and it looks fun, I don't care how
You always got to give
dumb
it a try.
it is. I'm gonna try it. And,
yeah, grab Josh. We'll be the Three Stooges.
Okay, I like
Sounds
it.
About
It
right.
sounds about right. We've definitely done a lot of wheeling together now over the last few years, and always enjoy going out with Tanner. We've had a lot of fun this last week at United by Bronco, and so we're going to do a little bit of just a recap talking about that. Tanner, again, appreciate you coming on. I don't know if anybody, I guess before we switch over, does anybody have any questions for Tanner? Yeah, here we go. I have the 5-inch AVP fenders and the sliders. Have them saved a few times, or have saved me. Gosh, have saved them a few times. I can't read tonight. Sorry,
First time, it's all right.
First time reading here. So not really a question, but yeah,
good.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Tanner, I cut you off.
I'm just saying, good. I'm glad we saved them. Those are great looking fenders. And that's one good part about the width. Some people gripe about the width, but I love it. So
Robert says, my sticker says, remember, stupid, you got to drive it home. Luckily, I don't have to drive it home, so I don't listen to that one.
That's why
go
we
big and go home.
You just never know what you're going to break, right? Always be prepared. That's the Boy Scout motto. So, well, I again appreciate it. There's no other questions. I'm gonna transition into the rest of our show tonight, and I'm gonna actually bring.
One more
question. Sorry, I missed one.
Drop on the sliders.
Yeah, how much is the drop on the sliders?
So from the top of the step to the bottom is a 12-inch drop, so a full foot.
Full foot, okay. So that gives you quite a bit. I mean, you can put quite a bit of lift on and make all that distance back up. So
yeah, it works with stock, and it also works with 40s.
Yeah, definitely.
And somebody wants to know if he's going to be there for Easter Jeep Safari.
Oh yeah, are you going to be at Easter Jeep Safari?
I will be at Easter Jeep Safari. I've been getting vehicles ready. We found that we broke a few things, not in Broncos this time. So we're replacing a few lockers and some other vehicles to get them all ready. But I'll probably be out there in our JT on portals. It's got a 6.6 Chevy motor. So bright red JT, you can't miss me. But if you see me, come say hi. Just because I'm in a Jeep, you can't come say hi to me.
Well, definitely. I think you two would get along really well. Eric with Lone Star is one that had asked that, and I wheeled with him. He's another fun, awesome guy. He's got the Bronco that is on 42 or 43s and solid axle swapped. He'll be out there at EGS to.
Well, hit me up. I'd love to go hit a trail. Moab's kind of like the backyard for me. So feel free to hit me up either online or Rockslide social media, and let's plan a trip. Let's hit a trail and go have some fun at EJS. I'm excited.
Cool. Well, again, Tanner, I know that this isn't the most fun thing to come on and be on the camera and put on the spot, but we appreciate it. I really do love working with Rockslide. It's not just that it's a good product, but they're good people, and they've always been a good partner for us to work with. And so I appreciate that relationship. And with that, Tanner, I'm going to let you off the hook now, and you don't have to be on the camera anymore.
Do I get to go now?
No, you get to stay. So Amy has to stay. We'll let Tanner go, and we're going to bring on Justin. You guys maybe don't know Justin. He's in the background, but we're going to talk about some other stuff. So Tanner, thank you again. And
hey, thank you. And we all know the real reason is we're working with her.
That's true. That's true. Thanks, buddy.
Keep smiling.
Keep smiling.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Okay, well, Justin, I think I missed a few things at the beginning. Justin always gives me this outline that I need to follow, and I don't do very good at that sometimes. So I'm going to back up a minute. And one of the things that I want to make sure that we talk about so that everybody's saving the date, and that is Wheeling for a Cause. Wheeling for a Cause, of course, we held last year in January, but from now on, it's going to be in October. We learned a few things from our first event. Some of that being that we were lucky that we had the weather we did in January. And for doing this first one, it was a little bit of trying to find a time that fit within everything else we were already doing. Now we have time to plan. So we're already in plans. We've already had different people across the country reach out and wanting to support. We have a lot more vendors that are coming. I have anticipate that a lot like United by Bronco, the number went up a lot in participation, and we think that'll happen this year too. And so we're excited for Wheeling for a Cause, October 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, right? Justin,
Yes.
Did I get that right? Okay.
Different time of year. Yeah.
So it'll still be cooler in Texas, but it won't be as cold. So camping will be ideal in October. Camping in Texas is beautiful. So if you've never been to the hill country, put it on your list of to-dos. We had an awesome group come with us this last time. A lot of you guys are on here tonight.
We can't wait to see.
Yeah, we love our friend Derek with Bronco and him and his wife Monica. They're just fun people. We got to see them again at United by Bronco, and did a bunch of trails with them, and with Tanner. And I must say that Monica kind of put Derek. Derek's got a little catching up to catch up with Monica. We're gonna show some of that in a video that we're gonna be putting out here soon. And if you guys haven't already followed Bronco Adventures, you should, because he's got a lot of fun videos. We're gonna be working a lot more together, and him doing some videos for us. And but Monica
she rocked it. She did a great job.
Yeah, fearless and followed direction, and so we really appreciated wheeling with them. But back on to Wheeling for a Cause. Put it on your calendar. We're still kind of putting out there to get some recipients of who's going to be the recipient of our cause this year. And it may even be a couple of different organizations that we work with. So we're still working out those details, but it's going to be another awesome time. We've taken feedback from everybody to add more trail guides, trails, and organize that a little bit better. So it was a lot of fun, but it was a little chaotic the first time. And we're going to work on that. Hopefully even have some trail guides there from Bronco Nation that can kind of help with us too. Anyways, so there's a lot getting ready for that. What other stuff am I missing, Justin?
Well, let's not forget we have a sale this week, right?
Oh, yes.
Rockslide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rockslide. All of the Rockslide products are going to be free shipping, which may not seem like a lot, but shipping on a set of Rockslides is upwards of $400 or $500. So it's a good discount. And I encourage you, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been on the edge of doing it, be through the 14th?
Yep.
Yeah, through the 14th. That will be live on our site. So you don't have to enter a code or anything. Right now, if you go in there and do a purchase on any of the Rockslide products, that will give you free shipping. So appreciate them working with us on that. In addition, what we're going to be doing. So we just got back from, when did that pop up? We just got back from Hurricane, right, Amy? Mm-hmm. So Amy did most of the driving, Amy and my son Levi, while I was on the computer learning how to edit. Justin does most of my editing, and we've now got so much content that I've decided I'm going to learn how to also, so that I can help and maybe be better organized and learn it better. And so we can get more content out there to you guys. But we decided we love Sand Hollow so much that we're going to turn right around and be back there again on Thursday. So,
look at Amy's face.
This is crazy. Just insane.
So after our live stream last week, a few developments. A video coming to talk about it. Somebody said on there about, is Matt going to have to? So Matt's off-road recovery. Is Matt's off-road recovery going to have to recover BroncBuster?
So somebody jinxed us. I'm not a fan of who that person was.
Because the very next day, as we were going out doing trails to kind of get ready, Jesse with Hella Bad Broncos, he's the one that puts on, him and his wife Mariah put on this awesome event, United by Broncos. And he asked me to go put up some banners, and he assigned us some different trails. And one of the trails I'd never run before was Resurrection. And so we're doing Resurrection. I mean, it's nothing hard. Most of it's pretty easy. And there at the very end, there's kind of some little fun play around optional stuff that we thought, well, we'll go down and try this. And we get kind of down in the canyon, and it's raining for one thing. I mean, it started pouring rain, and I get out to help spot Amy, and she was getting a little frustrated with me. I was probably being a little bit of a jerk because I'm like, no, turn. And it just wasn't cooperating and whatever. And I won't put that part of the video in, though. I'll leave that out.
Yeah.
But
Quick cut.
But the engine died, just totally cut out, died. And I said, well, here, let me hop in there and see if I can, because it wouldn't start again. So it would start and then it would die again. So I jump in, check the fuel gauge. Fuel gauge says it's 3/4 of the way. So, I mean, we had plenty of fuel. Start it, it dies. And we sit there for a little while playing with it. I reset the computer. I plugged my ProCal tool into it, cleared the codes, and it was giving me codes for fuel pump. And I was hoping, hopefully, it's not got 15,000 miles on it. It can't be a fuel pump already, right? So I went ahead, reset it, I pulled battery, reset it, still nothing. So then I called up Matt and I said, hey, remember yesterday on that video when somebody was jinxing us for getting recovered? Because where we were at, and I called Jesse. I said, Jesse, what are you doing? Well, he's running with his head cut off, trying to get things ready. And I didn't want to bug him. And nobody else had really shown up yet. And we were in a kind of a difficult spot. It wasn't like we could just go yank it out of there. It needed some help. So I
got it wedged in there pretty good.
She was kind of off camber in a hole. And anyway, so I call up Matt, and Matt says, all right, yeah, we're working on the wrecker. We're trying to get it done, but give us a few minutes and we'll get on the way and come help you. So as we're waiting, I sit there and I went ahead and started again, and it starts and run for about, I don't know, a minute. And so I text Matt and I said, well, hold off a minute. It's running now. Well, then it died. So I texted him back again. I said, never mind, keep coming. Anyway, so we got a fun video coming of him recovering us. It'll be out soon. I'm sure it'll be on his YouTube channel as well. BroncBuster, or technically it wasn't BroncBuster, it was Little Sister. So Little Sister got recovered by Matt's off-road recovery, and it was fun. Matt's an awesome guy. But after that, Matt then had one of his guys reached out to me and said, hey, Matt wants to see if you guys would attend our event coming up next week, which I knew about, but I had no intentions of trying to be there. So anyways, I'm going to share something with you guys here real quick.
I agree, Blanco. I saw that comment and I cringed.
Yeah, exactly. So it never goes well when somebody says something like that. So
right.
Please don't say that again. No, actually, it was worth it because it was fun hanging out with Matt. And now, Matt asked us to come and be a sponsor. So we're actually going to be at the off-road record game. So I don't know if any of you guys can make it this coming week again. A lot of you guys just were there and had to travel a long ways, but we're excited. We're going to be one of the sponsors. We're going to have our booth set up. You can see BroncBuster right there. Rockslide's a sponsor, Yankum Rope, and and a whole lot of people there that it's going to be fun. They expect somewhere around 5,000 people, so it's going to be a pretty big event. Main event is going to be, of course, 5 of the wreckers. Let's see here.
This is really cool.
So meet the athletes and their rig. So we're going to have Matt, Rory, Paul, Eric, and Merlin are going to be, from what I understand, Matt told me they're going to be going from or up Double Sammy. So Double Sammy's like a 7-8 rated. And so I'm excited to watch that, but they're going to have a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I think that's the main attraction, but there's going to be vehicle sprints, dead pulling, off-road trail racing. Then of course the expo that we're going to be displaying our stuff and talking about. We're going to be giving away some free stuff too, but there'll be free side-by-side rides and a lot more. So if you guys are anywhere around and want to come hang out with us, please do. And yeah, Amy's super excited to get on the road again, right?
Oh gosh, my favorite thing to do.
At least you get to watch this competition.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be so much fun. So I'm not that disappointed.
And we will try and get as much footage of it as we can to share with you guys. So anybody who can't be there. Tanner, did you see it? I didn't realize Tanner was there when he saw us getting towed out. So, okay. I guess we should have called Tanner because Tanner could have got us out. But it was fun hanging out with Matt too. So it won't deny that was a lot of fun. Anyway, so a couple other things. Actually, that's the majority of it. If you guys haven't seen our video that we released yesterday on the steering components, we tried to do a video that was kind of all encompassing, that pulled in aspects of the technical part of it, why it fails, all the different failures, how to prevent it, when to prevent it. So if you haven't watched that one yet, I encourage you to go on and watch it. It's, I think, informative. And as well, I think the biggest feedback I got was, maybe talking a little bit more about the, the type of things that cause it when you're off-roading. So, the front end bouncing. Yes, I totally understand that you don't want the front end to bounce. That is where you do brake. But the reality is that if you're going to go and do some of these trails and you get in the middle of something and you've got to give it a little bit of go-go juice, you're going to probably bounce at times. So I'm going to bounce a lot to find the weak points so that hopefully you guys don't have to experience that outside or out on your own, and we can come up with the solutions ahead of time. But in that video, we went out and tested some of the other ideas or solutions and found what those failures were. We've got some other ideas coming up, so we're going to be doing more of that. And
yeah, if anybody has ideas for videos, we're really trying to go back to the roots and show like all the components. If you saw the steering video, you'll see like we really describe it from the ground up. I'm not as much of an aficionado as Tyler, obviously, but I felt like I got my education there. But if you have any ideas or for topics, definitely hit us up.
Yeah, we're always looking for new topics and new content that you guys want to see. Honestly, I want to know, do you want to see less of the technical stuff, less of the videos of me talking about that, and more of us out wheeling and doing trails? If so, tomorrow, my first full video editing. So don't blame Justin for this one. It might be a little cheesy.
Be kind.
Be kind. I'm learning. But I'm releasing our first one, and that'll be for Plan B. And on Plan B, or after Plan B, and we're going to talk about this in another video, we're going to talk about the importance of shock skids. And I knew they're important from day one. That's why I was the first company to have shock skids out there. And I knew that because I was tearing mine up. I was getting hung up on them. It was not only hindering me on the trail, but I knew I was going to break something. So we developed that right after the steering components and been running it this whole time. Well, Doug, that works with us, he runs the nonprofit, and then he does a lot of the behind the scenes. Well, he came with us on this trip with his new Bronco that he bought. And it's really first time out wheeling. And our plan was, let's get all of our parts on there before you leave. Well, of course, I ran out of time. Doug ran out of time. And off we went without having the protection. And we're going to show you in that video what happens when you don't protect the shock skids and what potential damage. We got lucky on this one, but if you haven't got shock skids, I encourage you get some, because this is an easy fix or an easy prevention, but it definitely is a necessary one. Let's see. Fabian. Okay. So rematch with Light Bright. All right. Well, we might have to do that. What do you think, Amy? Should we reach out to Light Bright and see if they want to do another video?
I think we're always game for another challenge.
Right on. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely fun when you put a built Jeep that has just about everything on it. I think it would be fun to put their Raptor up against BroncBuster, though. What do you guys think about that? I mean, that as Fabian said, that that's my idea is how does Light Bright Raptor go up against BroncBuster doing some trails? So I'll reach out to them, see if they're willing to do it. We'll see. That'd be fun, though. I mean, I'll go up against the Stepchild again. The Stepchild is a very well-built Jeep, and when it comes to rock crawling, we still got some stuff to work out before we're completely where a Jeep is in the rock crawling. But I think it'd be fun to do something kind of like King of the Hammers, where it's a little bit of a combination of go fast off-road, rock crawling, going through the whoops, the desert. So maybe we'll come up with some ideas or listen to you guys. So after doing the fuel tank relocation, did you change up the 4-link? No, I have not yet. That's something that I'm actually going to get with Eric. Eric's on here, Lone Star. He's done quite a bit of that on his, and he's got some good ideas. I just haven't done anything there yet. Still running all the stock links, actually. So that would help. More articulation would definitely get us further along. Aside from that, yeah, let's. I agree. Let's show Light Bright how to Bronco, right? So yeah, anything else, guys? Justin, anything I'm forgetting to talk about tonight?
I think that's it. We've got a lot of events going on. We're going to create a Where Am I Wheeling section on the site, just so everybody can see all of the events coming up. So keep a lookout for that. Don't forget the Rockslide sale this week, because as you said, that's a pretty good discount if you want to pick those up. That's my favorite upgrade on your Bronco, honestly. My wife would love them. My daughter, not so much, because she likes to actually climb up into it. Even though she's 7, she wants the adventure. But everybody else probably likes the steps.
Well, the funny thing is that was the first mod that Amy saw when we went to Bronco Off-Rodeo, and we were actually the first public group to go through the Off-Rodeo here in Texas when they first opened it after the Bronco was released. And we went in there, and there was this display Bronco, and it had the rock slides on it. And Amy's like, "Oh, I got to have that." So when we finally got those on her Bronco a little over a year ago, that got her super excited. Now, we got them on there, and then a week later, the video that I showed earlier of us putting it on its side, well, then we went March, April, May, June, July, August. About 6 months before we got it back. But anyways. Ron, good question. How are the winch pumpers coming? I actually forgot to take some pictures of that. I will update. You know what? Actually, on one of the videos that I played earlier, Talon in our orange Bronco has the front winch bumper. It's still the first version. So we still, it doesn't have anything cut out, no glam or anything to it. It was just showing, we wanted to go out and see how it did off-road, and off-road, it did excellent. I mean, he was able to climb up to stuff that I was struggling because of approach angle and get his tire up on it and go right up on it. In fact, we didn't get one scratch on it, and he was doing all the same obstacles I was, and I was hitting into the rock. So we were very happy with the approach angle. This first version is actually designed for a 3-inch body lift. We will have it for other versions as well, but the 3-inch body lift, of course, gave it a lot higher approach angle than without. But that was one of the reasons why we wanted to develop our own version of a winch bumper, so that we had something that went and complemented our body lift very well. So that is almost done.
I bet she wants those.
Don't start preaching.
Yeah, Eric, 43-inch tires, and I don't know. His Bronco makes BroncBuster. I mean, his sits like this, and BroncBuster sits like this comparison. So definitely need them. Anyways, but yeah, we'll show some updates maybe next week. I'll get some more video and pictures of it this week because we'll be bringing the orange one. I've already got both other Broncos there, so we'll have all 3 Broncos at Sand Hollow this weekend. I left them, so as always, though, we appreciate you coming on and supporting us, and always looking for your feedback and appreciate your feedback, because the feedback is what helps us to create better content and better products. And we're working as fast as we can to do both. So we're a little tired this week, not anxious to travel again, but it will be fun. And then we get to take about a 4-week break before we head to Super Celebration East. So we get to go see a bunch of you guys on the East Coast come April is when Super Cell East is. And that's a fun one because a lot of people from all over the country show up for that one. So.
And where's that?
That's in Tennessee. That's
Okay.
in Townsend, Tennessee. I think it's the middle of April. Or no, it's toward the end. I think like around the 20th. So, and Bronco, Derek, and Monica, thank you also. We will have fun. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have some more fun stuff to show you. And yes, that is true. We did break all 3 Broncos. Well, technically 4, because Talon broke, I broke something. And actually, you know what? I didn't talk about it here. So real quick, I'm going to tell you. One of the things I broke at UBB was tie rod again, because I decided I've got the Ford Performance tie rod, and I wanted to see how far throughout the week of doing leading trails I could go without breaking a tie rod. And I had all the parts in, so I knew it wasn't going to take me very long. And we actually made it pretty far. It was in the middle of Milt's Mile, and all of a sudden it just snapped. So we'll have that in the video, talking and doing the trail Milt's Mile. That was a fun one. And but yeah, Amy broke the first. Then I broke. Then later that day, Talon broke. But then also we had the breaking by Doug. So Doug's Bronco broke. So we had some carnage on all of ours. But there was a lot of carnage that week. We had a lot of CV axles, differentials, a lot of things broke. Tie rods. There were several people breaking tie rods. So how long till I can get one? M8472. What about aluminum? Let's see. Where was that in the get one? Want the?
It was just a moment ago.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was talking about a lot of stuff. Getting one.
Yeah. Let us know what you mean, Ron.
Yeah, sorry, Ron. Let us know what you mean. I missed something there. Apologize. Fabian, thank you. Appreciate you, and appreciate all you guys. Love hanging out with you, and we'll hopefully catch you on the next one.
Bumpers?
What's that?
Bumpers?
Oh, on the bumper. Soon, very soon. And I'm going to show pictures. I want to get feedback. We'll make some modifications depending on what feedback we get. And I have talked about aluminum. I would love to do an aluminum version. So, it all comes down to production time, cost. But yes, we'll talk about that as well. So, thank you guys. We'll with that, I guess. Amy, you got anything you want to add?
No.
No?
I'm good.
You're not ready to talk it up, huh? All right.
No,
Well, again, thanks. We'll see you next week. And as always, keep going out and bronc busting, right? We'll talk to you later.